Well, a very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, members of the Flight Deck to Sim channel. Welcome to another members-only live stream. Today it's the 11th of November at 2023, 4 minutes past 11. It's nearly time for the Armistice Day remembrance as well. So I hope you're wearing your poppies. We've got one on our Alpaca Airways aircraft today. Thank you very much to David from Australia for providing with delivery as well. Looking very, very nice. This is our 47th members-only group flight. I can't believe I've done so many of these, and we're coming up to our 48th next month for Christmas special, so I might do some sort of two-sector event for that one. But thank you very much to everyone that's taking part today. Today we are overloading Warsaw Chopin in Poland. They're taking part of their Independence Day annual VACC events. We've got full ATC in Poland, and we're departing from 3 different airports primarily. So Riga here, Krakow, I think there's only a couple from Krakow as it was very short, and Prague as well. It's about 30 of us taking part, so thanks again for everyone taking part. And also a number of you are flying in long haul. I think David's one of them. 2 tons are you flying in? I'm not sure. You were saying you were watching the world flight going on, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's nice to do a different time stream to allow some people to perhaps take part that hadn't been able to take part in the last few ones as well. I can see Alpaca 145 pushing back at the moment. 5 Sig Mike is here as well. 9 Papa Yankee, 2 Whiskey Bravo, 5 Mike Foxtrot. Edo's there in the MD80. I always recommend or recognise that call sign, and Alpaca 57 Mike. So ZIBO got in contact with me yesterday and sent me over his pre-build or to be released version, which is 5.8, which has brand new Simbrief integration. So not only can you load up your FMS with all of the route data from Simbrief, you can load up passengers, you can load up cargo and fuel in a realistic manner as well. Unfortunately, there's no animations associated with that, apart from the doors opening in a timely manner, but it just provides a little bit more of a realistic experience pre-flight to ensure it's a little bit more realistic. So we'll be looking at that for the first ever time. When it will be dropped publicly, I don't know as well. There's some fixes as well. It's been a while since we've flown the ZIBO mod. In fact, I think it was the last group flight, so I might have to do a public one soon, showcase everyone on the aircraft. I've got so much stuff I want to show you guys on the channel. I want to fly Concorde, I want to fly the MD-11, both in the Rotate one and the one that's out in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I've got the Minneapolis scenery I need to showcase as well, so I might do another flight in PMDG soon. But today, it's all about the 47th members only group flights. Yeah, Explain 12 has become beautiful. It's improved so much, although I have had a bit of a weird ortho texture thing going on here with my tile, but thankfully the airport's not affected, but I have got ortho scenery for the entire sector. Who have we got here? We've got 2 tons, David, Listerman. Sorry you couldn't take part today. I saw you had a last minute drop out there. Edo's here as well, so nice to see you here. Larry was here at the start of the stream just before too. Yes, I love this stand in there. I might have come here before, and it's quite nice because it's sort of an air bridge stand, but it's also a remote stand, so you can just start the engine and taxi off it, which helps save a few minutes. You don't have to worry about pushback or anything like that. Excellent. Dave, yeah, you departed Toronto 6 hours ago. That's ages ago. Listen, I couldn't guarantee enough concentration for an entire flight. Yeah, you said you've got COVID, hadn't you? I'm sorry to hear that, and I hope you feel better soon. Any Polish words you like to learn to pronounce? Szczecin. Yeah, I know our alternates might have, again, flown into many of them before. So we're going to Warsaw Chopin. Our alternates are Łódź, Rzeszów, and maybe Szczecin. No, it's not shit show, it's too far away. Anyway, let's jump on into the aircraft and get started. Wow, look at that. Poof, smooth transition. Right, I better change playlist because that was my old playlist, which is subject to copyright now. My new Epidemic sound pack is I pay £10 a month for, and this music's all royalty free, so I can just put that on nice and quietly in the background there. Right, let's get the show on the road. So firstly, let's get the battery on. We'll get some ground power connected as well. I'll just turn that music down to also see the songs are really cool. Let's get the GPU connected. Electric hydraulic pumps on. The landing gear lever is down. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green lights, and then we check all the aircraft documentation. And we're going to go now straight into the Simbrief integration loader. So if you have a look at our operational flight plan, which is here, I've got the performance done for you as well for the real OPT. You can see all the information here in Simbrief. So I've chosen to take just 118 passengers today, a little lower, but you can see here the fuel needed is 5878, and the passenger figure. What you need to do in Simbrief, you download the XML file. Hopefully in time there'll be full Simbrief integration, so you can just log in, and you go to the weight and balance tab, and you'll see now there's an auto flight handling tab here in the OPT. So when you select that, you'll see it says status not active. So what you do, you go over to the second page, you download the XML profile, you press load OFP, there we are. So it has 118 passengers, I have no cargo in the hold, and there's the fuel amount 5878 straight from the operational flight plan 5878, and you press simply activate. Now what this does, if I turn the music down, I think it starts the process of the whole aircraft being cleaned. So you might hear some noises, there we are. So in the background there, the cleaning crew are on board. The fuel trucks arrive to load the fuel, and after the cleaning and the cargo has been sorted out, the passenger boarding starts automatically as well, and it loads the weight and fuel in instantaneously. So there we are, there's I don't know, Rodriguez filling up the fuel. So yeah, it just automates the entire process now. So you can see here the fuel should be being uplifted already, 1440, 1450, 1460. So yes, it's a nice little feature, and in time maybe there'll be some animations or things like this. But yes, it's all being loaded as soon as the cargo's on board. I think you hear the sounds for the automatic loading process. There you go. So that's when you usually press start the flight. If you go back a page, you can see the cargo's loaded, the passengers should go up as a percentage, so it's still showing 0%, there we are, 1%, and it started loading. So there we are, unexpected flight deck to sim tutorial, yes, it would seem, but yes, very nice feature to have now. Is this default Riga? If yes, can connect it with Shift G? Well, we best do that, because at the moment they are travelling via teleportation into the aircraft. Thank you very much for that. Let's now start the rest of the process. That's pretty cool. Right, so battery on, electric hydraulic pumps. The aircraft's fully serviceable. We checked the tech log and all is good. We started boarding, so emergency exit lights armed. Leave the seatbelt sign off until boarding is complete. Test the attend button. Check the flaps are up, which match the indicated position. Check the config warning horn. Don't forget to do the fault fire tests initially as well. Fault AP detector and op, master caution overheat detector. Fire warning light, engine overheat, and the wheel well lights illuminated too. Radio tuning panel is on, as is the light. Gear extension doors closed. Check the circuit breakers my side, spare bulbs as well. Voice recorder can come on. Stall warning test, need to wait a little bit longer for that. Mac airspeed warning test is complete. VHF 3 radio panels all set. We've got sufficient crew oxygen. IRS to nav. 9 minutes to alignment, so this latitude, circuit breakers are all in, and then we check all the emergency equipment is on board. There we are. David, I haven't spotted it yet. I've seen this, G Poppy, lest we forget. That's really nice. I have spotted it. You put the no llama sticker on the no smoking sign, just like Moen did on the A340. So we don't have a no smoking sign on a majority of the Alpaca Airways fleet. We have no llama switch. I have spotted it. Any more? Brilliant. Right, let's grab the weather. Yes, I contacted Riga's VACC or Latvia's VACC area, and they've gladly provided ATC for departure. We've got ground tower and approach online, so 3 stations. I explained we've only got a few departures as well, but I think they'll utilise, some other traffic will utilise the airport. Having said that, there's only alpacas here at the moment. Let's grab the ATIS 12018 and see what the weather's like at our destination. There we are, and we'll turn up. Oops, sorry, I've still got VACC muted. Over volume mixer.
003.
There we go. Let's grab the weather.
Live aircraft type, stand number and information golf on initial contact.
Information golf. Oh, it's runway 180.
ATIS information golf at 1050 Zulu. Expect ILF Yankee approach. Runway in use 18, runway 36 available on request. Transition level 65 notices to airmen. When airborne contact Riga approach on 129er.
That's an automatic changeover.
Cas OK. Temperature 7. 2.4. QNH 1003. Advise aircraft type. Stand number and information golf on initial contact.
Excellent. So stand 308, we've copied the latest weather information. Good. So information Golf. QNH is 1003, and we have a temperature of 7 degrees, and it's Cav OK. I'll say it's a little bit. You know what? Cav OK, certainly not with the clouds over there. Maybe directly over the airport. Okay. Yeah, there's a weird. What's Ortho done here with the trees? Some of the tree. Well, no, it's all on like a little bit of a mountainous area over there. Hi Andy. Hi folks. Connected to VATSIM setup airplane. Call for clearance, and my mic is in-op. We'll have to watch it for a bit whilst I try and sort it out. No problem, Andy. Take your time. Those slots, remember, they're just for a bit of structure. If you miss it, don't worry. Just push back when you can. I hope you get it sorted. I have mic issues sometimes at the start of the stream when I forget not to check it. So, excellent. Right, QNH is now set 1003. The MFRA, which will come off the OPT, is the real OPT, and it's 1037. 1037 coming up. It's a bit fiddly still. 1037, and it's now time to load the FMC. When I say load the FMC, I'm going to be very lazy and use the new Simbrief integration feature. So, watch all this. Oh yeah, want to just make sure we've got a little bit of extra fuel on board too. That's the only thing. The Simbrief flight plan just presumes you want standard fuel, which is not going to be enough today, being a busy Independence event, plus potentially quite foggy, well not foggy, low cloud-based conditions. So let's take an extra 30 minutes. So let's round it up to 6 tons. Plus 1200, it's got it 7.2 on the fuel, so I'm just going to have to jink that slightly. Passengers are nearly boarded too. Call the fueler back, 7.2. Hope it doesn't break it actually calling for more fuel. We'll soon find out.
Ground flight deck hose is connected and starting refueling.
Good, and what we'll do is we'll go to POS. We'll firstly do the alignment, so ident, POS in it, in Riga, Echo Victor Romeo Alpha. I'll pop in GPS left and go to the route page, select EVRA, and look at this. We have now datalink communication. Now, my operator, we don't have this, but certain airlines do, and you can fetch all the information you need from the company. So press flight plan request. It's requesting it now. You do need to install that XML file to the FMS flight plan folder in Explain 12. Now we are boarding's complete as well, so the cabin crew will close the door when they're ready. Route uplink ready, press load, and there we go. The routing's in, the call sign. We've got the cruise wing uplink ready too, so we can put all the information there. It puts the SID and star we're expecting into an EPO 5 uniform via Whiskey Alpha 534. I think that's actually based off a different runway than we might be expecting now. I think you just might have to put the arrival runway in. I've got a Nepox 5 uniform from runway 33, so what I'll just go is go to the arrivals. It might not be this runway later, but I'll put Alice Zulu 33 via 534. Activate and execute. So there we are. We've got all the information in. We can then go to the legs route data, request the en route winds as well. Or has it done it already? Oh no, I need to put in more information first, do bear with me. So performance, again look, there is a perf init request. I presume the real aircraft can do this.
Deck fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Certainly not at my operator, but we'll get all the performance data inputted automatically. So uplink ready, load. And there we go, we've got the zero fuel weight in, 52.8. The reserves we need to put in manually, which is 2.6 tons, based off our alternative Gdansk. Cost index 30. We're cruising at 38,000 feet. The cruise wind's in. And the performance, we obviously have to take off the OPT. So here it is. It was based off the weather a short while ago, so it's not too different. Wind's variable, but now I've got here 1405, so a little bit more conservative. Via the the Echo intersection, so let me just grab Navigraph charts and open that up as well. Oops, I forgot to import the flight plan, so let's do that now. So flight plan's just loading in, there we go. So you can see here via the Echo intersection, it's a little bit more conservative for departure, so taking off runway 18 will plan via Echo. 6 degrees, 1004 for the QNH, it's now 1003. Max assumed temperature, flap 5 air conditioning auto, anti-ice off. So it is a slight difference in. I put in a random CG at the planning stage because I didn't actually know what my actual CG would be, and I wanted to get this uploaded before the start of the stream. But this does say we can take 22k and assume temperature at 48. So there is actually quite a significant discrepancy here. Interesting. The mod's usually pretty good with this. 84.8, we've got 87.8. That's about a 3% difference. It should be no more than 0.8 at this stage, or 0.6 with an assumed temperature. So I've not seen the figures be off for a while, so I don't know if something's changed in the calculation, but we'll keep an eye on that. The good news is this is higher than what we're expecting. Anyway, let's go to the takeoff page. Flap 5, CG, it's 5.75, 19.7, but that's the difference here because I just put in a random figure in the OPT. If I put in 19.7 here, it should be about 5.75. So I'll set that now. APU1, that's only going to give you a 0.8 difference list, I mean, not 3%. It's too big a difference there. These are wet speeds I used, so wet. And these are, thankfully, all within a knot, so we can accept those. 139 and 139. Right, we'll start the APU. And the only other thing was the winds. Ah, there we are. So we can also input all the winds as well from the flight plan. So you don't have to put them in manually or just use the average wind. You can get the wind for every single waypoint. Load. There we are, so all of the winds are in for each waypoint en route. And also, if you can at the planning stage, go to the descent page if you wish, forecast. You can also request the descent winds to be uploaded as well. So you don't actually have to manually input any of this information. And if you do this at the planning stage, you're going to get the most accurate ETA and fuel on arrival, which is pretty cool. Load. Boom, execute. Even puts a QNH in. Again, we don't have this feature on the real aircraft, but this is the new Simbrief integration feature. It's a lot less button pushing, which is pretty cool. Right, let's look on the overhead panel. Yaw dampers on. Check the crossfeed valve. Fuel pumps on. Crossfeed valve is now dim. Check it goes bright and then off. Check the panel here. We can pop the APU on the bus. Oh no, I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to activate the audio checklist. Damn it, there we are. I'll just have to remember to do some additional tests before we activate it, otherwise it will be cross with me. Fueling's complete, seatbelt sign on, window heats can come on. That's all set, trim air's on, Pax Auto, 38,000 feet. The elevation in Chopin, I always mispronounce this, is 360 feet, so we'll set that to 350. There we are, flight director's on. The runway QDM here for runway 18 is 175, so we'll set this all to 175. 175, we'll get the clearance shortly, so we'll set that to 4,100 feet. Flight directors are on, order brake to RTO. Reset the fuel flow. We'll select airport. Jim, you can have terrain, which should now work, because I've updated the terrain weather, the terrain data, so I've got the latest plugin installed, which is good. Trim set, and we've done the cargo and fire test, which I'm just going to repeat. The reason is the checklist won't recognise that it's complete otherwise. There we are. I might have skipped the cargo fire test. Forward aft discharge, no detector fault, 2 green lights. Excellent. We'll just check the oxygen. Chopin, thank you Andy, I'll forget that. That's a great way of helping me remember those. Chopin, excellent. And the lights test as well. Looking good. Right, let's reset the master caution. Alpaca 5 Mike Foxtrot is taxiing out as we speak. Let's grab the departure clearance now. That'll be on ground today. I need to set this to 8.3 megahertz. 118.805. Yeah, I can't quite tune it on the radio tuning part. It does work on certain aircraft, but not the ZIBO mod, the mod, it would seem. 118.805 is now active. Let's grab our clearance. Perfect. Just make sure the radio, push to talk button's working on the headset. It is. ground, hello, it's the Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. We're on stand 308, information Golf 1003. We're a Boeing 738. Departure clearance to Warsaw Chopin, please.
Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, good afternoon, good day. Your flight plan is invalid. Would you like flight level 370 or 390?
If you could change that, we'd request flight level 370, please.
Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, Papa demanded the new flight level 370, clear to Warsaw by Barrel 2 Foxtrot departure, smoke is 4142.
Thank you very much for changing that. The cruise will be now flight level 370 and cleared to Warsaw Chopin. Barrel 2 Foxtrot, squawk 4142, Alpaca 37 Papa Lima.
Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, reverse correct, break. Alpaca 9er Papa Yankee, I think you are facing the wrong way of the taxiway uniform.
Yes, correcting right now. We're in discussion with our pushback crew.
Oh no, Alpaca 9 Papa Yankee, whoops. Yeah, are you using that GSX by any chance? Excellent. Anyway, we've been cleared on the Barrel 2 Foxtrot 4,000 feet, squawk 4142. Right then, so just before we do the checks, let's do our... Because of the FMC loading, I've got a bit of time now, 6 minutes until I'm due to start engines. So we'll be pushing back as discussed shortly earlier to face... no pushback here, start engines on stand. And then we'll be starting our engines, making a right turn. There's a bit of a threat here with vehicles, make sure you're completely clear of the air bridge and all the equipment. And then we'll taxi out Victor, right turn Foxtrot, we'll take echo figures for performance as you've seen with the OPT. And then we'll make a left turn here, here's all the de-icing pads in Riga if you want to de-ice, it's engines running de-icing. And then it'll be the Barrel departure, Barrel 2 Foxtrot, so we're going to climb straight ahead to RA 400. Let me just bring up the FMC here, go to plan so we can step through it. Straight ahead to RA 400, max 210 knots at or above 1600 feet, which checks in the FMC. Riga's NADP 1, so we'll be accelerating at 3000 feet AGL, so it's a bit of a threat. When we have to accelerate at 3000 feet on NADP 1 and you have a low stop altitude, you have to anticipate the bug up call prior to accelerating if you get out of choir. We'll make a right turn at RA 430 at above 5,000 feet, which checks in the FMC. RA 431 out above flight level 110, checks in the FMC. RA 432 130 above, checks, and then to Barrel, which is the end of the star, 140 above. So that all checks. RNAV SID, contact Riga approach. There's an automatic change over here, okay? So you have to automatically contact 129925 after departure, typically around 2,000 feet if it doesn't specify a height. Or as soon as you're airborne, essentially, depends when you want to do it. And that's all covered then. We've covered the briefing, taxi, emergency briefing. PA is complete. If you missed it, I'm sorry you didn't hear it. And we'll now complete the checklist. Safety inspection before start checklist.
Safety inspection checklist.
Do a barrel roll.
Surfaces
no
and
words.
chocks.
Checked.
Maintenance status.
Checked.
What
Battery.
On.
Electric hydraulic pumps.
On.
Landing gear lever.
Down.
Ship's library.
Checked.
Safety inspection checklist complete.
See if the wipers are working. They are. Perfect. So let's do the before start checklist of a line.
Before start checklist to the line. IRS mode selectors.
Nav.
Gear pins.
Removed.
Light test.
Checked.
Oxygen.
Tested 100%.
Yaw damper.
On.
Nav transfer and display switches.
Normal and auto.
Fuel.
So for this flight require 5.9 tons. We have 7.2 on board.
Checked.
Fuel pumps.
4 pumps on.
Cabin util IFE galley power.
On.
Emergency exit lights.
Armed.
Fasten belts.
On.
Window heat.
On.
Air conditioning.
PEX auto. Bleeds on.
Pressurization.
So we've got 380, 350 on the land out and the configuration. We better put the AP bleed on now.
Set.
Pressurization mode selector.
Auto.
Instruments.
Cross-checked.
Auto brake.
RTO.
Hydraulics.
Normal.
Speed brake.
Down D10.
Parking brake.
Set.
Stab trim cutout switches.
Normal.
Wheel well fire warning.
Not again.
So that was checked during the fire test. It often doesn't recognise that.
Checked.
Radios, radar and transponder.
So that is all good. Set and...
Set and standby.
Rudder and aileron trim.
3 and 0.
Takeoff briefing.
That's all been discussed.
Discussed.
PA.
Complete.
Complete.
FMC CDU.
So we made sure I've got the takeoff page, Jim has the legs.
Set.
N1 and IAS bugs.
N1 and IIS auto. V-speed set.
Stab trim.
Set.
Performance, weight and balance.
That's all good.
Checked.
EFB.
Airplane mode and stowed.
Phones.
Off.
Flight deck windows and cockpit door.
Closed.
Doors.
Closed.
Passengers.
Seated.
Before start checklist completed to the line.
Fake ZIBO, I never have to worry about closing the doors again if you use the auto flight handling feature, because look, it's active, all the cargo and passengers on. Look, you can see the extra fuel, we've taken 20% extra fuel. And it closes the doors for you. I'll never ever forget, much to your bemusement. Look at this for timing, absolute perfection. We've got 30 seconds until I can request engine start on frequency. So the ZIBO is basically a tow list now. Yeah, I think the tow list has all those features, doesn't it? List of it. Hello Alex Vanderpass, nice to see you here. Hello 0321 Short, nice for you to pop in. Right, we've got 10 seconds until I can request push and start. Perfection. Or engine start, actually I'll do it now, but the time is 11:30, we're starting. Alpaca 37 Papa Lima stand 308, request engine start on stand.
Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, confirm your stand number, please.
Stand 308, I think it's a self-positioning, taxiing off to the right after a start.
Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, yeah, you are correct. Start to be approved.
Start approved, Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, thank you. I know, because I might have been here before. Shh. Right, packs off, and ignition lights on, parking brake sets, transponder out off. Let's do the checks.
Before start checklist below the line. Air conditioning packs.
Off.
Anti-collision light.
On.
Parking brake.
Set.
Transponder.
Alt off.
Before start checklist complete.
Excellent, so check the ground equipment's clear, contact the ground crew, and they've said we're cleared to start engines. We're also cleared by tower, so starting engine number 2. Oh yes, better get rid of the ground power in a second as well.
Delta Oscar taxi to holding platform 188 Foxtrot and Golf intersection is available.
N2, oil pressure, N1.
Taxi to holding point 180 Foxtrot and Golf,
25%,
and we
check
will
spar
prefer
valve.
full length, please.
Edo is not trusting the performances of his MD-80.
Papa Niner, Papa Yankee, contact Riga Tower 118, decimal 105, goodbye. Riga Tower on 118, decimal 105, Ataka, Niner, Papa Yankee.
So, starter cut out, monitoring engine number 2, 2463. 2 is stable. Guys, you can tell winter's on the way now, 7 degrees, rain. Starting engine number 1, clear left. Look at this rain, an unpleasant day. N2, oil pressure, N1, 25%. Oh, there we go. Check the spar valve, goes from dim to bright and off. How far away from the... Oh, yes, the issue is though the air bridge. We are going to lose a wing here, I'm afraid. Nice knowing you all, ladies and gentlemen. Right. 2 good starts, let's do the before taxi flow. Let's put the engine and wing anti-ice on now for departure. That precipitation and temperature. Flaps to 5. Hello everyone. I'm sporting jeans and a nice jumper today. It's a little nippy here in the UK. Full forwards, full back, left and right. Here comes the rudders. Full right and full left. Perfect. Recall out. We've got here master caution. Oh, look at that. I forgot to put the probe on. Right, the wing anti-ice does flicker based off the thrust position. It shouldn't be flickering at idle though. Like the lower DU, and let's do the before taxi checklist. I forgot to put the probe
Before
on.
taxi checklist. Generators.
On.
APU.
Off.
Start switches.
Left
Continuous.
wing's there for
Probe heat.
redundancy.
On.
Anti-ice.
On.
Air conditioning.
PEX auto, bleeds on.
Isolation valve.
Auto.
Flaps.
Not again.
Oh dear, it's not reading it properly again.
Flaps 5 required and selected, green light.
Stab trim.
Set.
Start levers.
Idle detent.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Recall.
Checked.
Before taxi checklist complete.
Excellent, that's all done. We can now request taxi. Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, request taxi.
Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, taxi to Holland for runway 3, correction 18 via Foxtrot and Golf intersection. Echo is available.
Taxi holding point, runway 185, Foxtrot Golf will advise if ready for Echo Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. See where we are, but we, if we're ready,
Papa Lima, roger.
if we're ready, we can take Echo. So we've been cleared to taxi. So when you're taxiing off a remote stand like this, obviously we're aware. Yeah, you know we're going to hit that. There's nothing I can do with the scenery. You need to do a nice and slow taxi out. This isn't really modelled in any flight sim well. When you move, you don't go full right initially because you've got to break the inertia of the aircraft. And with the nose wheels tilted all the way while stationary, you need a significant amount of thrust to move. So what we do, obviously the config check, you had about a bit of thrust just to break away, and as soon as you start moving forward, then you go full right on the tiller like this. And obviously you're very reliant on a right turn on the guy on the right hand seat to make sure you're clear. Obviously in some airlines the FO can taxi, but my operator, the FO doesn't have a tiller.
Alpaca 3 Delta Oscar, contact radio approach 129 decimal 925.
Ah, that's a shame. Tower's gone off.
925, Alpaca 3 Delta Oscar, thanks, bye.
There we are, onto the main taxiway. Might get away with just into
Riga ground, Alpaca 2 Whiskey Bravo, stand 104, request push and stop.
a few puddles forming.
Alpaca 2 Whiskey Bravo, push and start is approved.
They've definitely cut down on the puddles at Explode 12. Right, let's go below the line.
Before takeoff checklist to the line. Config.
Checked.
Flaps.
Flaps 5 set, green light.
Stab trim.
Set.
Takeoff briefing.
So we've got PAX auto, bleeds on, wet speed set for departure, 28, 35, 39 on the MCP. The departure is the Beryl 2 Foxtrot. We're climbing straight ahead to RA 400, right turn RA 430, stop altitude 4,000 feet, NADP 1. The engine outside will climb straight ahead on runway heading. The MSA to the south is 2,300, so we can climb to 3,000 feet. So that is
Reviewed.
Cabin.
Secured.
Before takeoff checklist completed to the line.
perfect. Before takeoff checklist is complete, and we've just passed Echo now, so yeah, that's why I didn't want to ask for Echo, in case you're just not ready for departure.
Contact Jake approach 100 decimal 925, goodbye.
129 and 925, thank you very much for the ATC this morning, Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. Bye, set.
Bye.
Bye. I think he's nearly finished his shift. Right, 129 925 is active. Yeah, the rain effect's looking much better. See how it is on the takeoff roll. Sometimes it just fills up the window and you can't really see much clearly. There's Edo lining up. And I don't know if anyone watching is doing the Prague flight or flying in long haul. Hope your sectors are all going well. We'll be converging shortly. Riga approach, hello, Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. It's approaching holding point Golf runway 18 ready for departure.
Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, Riga approach, hello, line up and wait, hello, line up.
18 line up and wait, Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. Clear to line up and wait. It's very realistic, the annoying noise you're getting from the wipers when they're not soaking wet. With the radar on. Perfect. So, let's go below the line.
Before takeoff checklist below the line. MCP.
Set.
Transponder.
TARA.
Strobe lights.
On.
Landing lights.
On.
Before takeoff checklist complete.
Perfect. So it's worth pointing out that the mod so far on X-Wing 12 has behaved flawlessly. I've not noticed anything unusual apart from, I tell a lie, those performance figures. We're a little bit off from the real OP VT by about 2 or 3%. Yeah, great immersion with this rain on the windows, the sounds, the lighting, the textures. This is just default Riga. I did have the Riga scenery and the Warsaw scenery, but both of them didn't work properly with Ortho. Good. Like airports like this, so the taxi line's offset from the runways. A lot of airports like that, so you don't get the rumbling to maintain centre line. Line up and wait, runway 18. A poet didn't know it. Brilliant. Yeah, the windshield drops. It's like it's raining with some sort of syrup. They are a little large. So I'm just waiting for sufficient spacing between myself and Edo. So we'll just freeze the sim for a second. I'm just going to bring the map. There we are.
Alpaca 3 Delta Oscar.
Oh, is he not handed
Alpaca
over?
3 Oscar. Report passing altitude. 4,500.
Is he bust? Is he bust?
5,000 now. Alpaca 3 Delta Oscar radar contact. I ask you to report when airborne and for your information initial climb indicates zone 4,000 feet. Climb flight level 280. Correction.
Edo.
280 and proceed direct below.
Oops. Edo's level bust.
280 and proceed direct.
Yeah, you see here.
Alpaca 3 Delta Oscar.
So yeah, 4,000 advised when airborne. But to be fair, you know, usually you hand over to this frequency automatically. Oh, your wiper's playing Pong. Brilliant. Yeah, this version is, what is it, 5.8 Delta. I just realised I'm creeping forward as well. 5.8 Delta, so it should be released imminently. He's allowing for a significant amount of separation here. Don't know if it was already fixed in the latest update, but just after release of X-Lane Beta, the VNAV power management in December was off. It's been okay recently, just on approach. VNAV's been a bit funky. Did he say advise ready? Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, fully ready for departure.
Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, sorry for the delay. Service wind 140 degrees, surprise not running 18 clear for takeoff, report airborne.
318 cleared takeoff, report airborne, no problem, Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. Anyway, cleared takeoff, togas. Let's go to Warsaw Chopin. Perfect, stabilised. Set takeoff thrust. We are looking for 86.8, takeoff thrust set, indications normal. So yeah, when the rain streams, the wipers sort of don't work anymore. It'd be great if it could still have the modelling for it wiping the windows.
80 knots.
Checked, release forward pressure. The wind looks great. Hand on the thrust levers.
Rotate.
Up we go. A little bit too close to the control column. There's the dead band. Keep pulling. Nice.
Positive rate.
Gears going up. Trim. Alpaca 37 Papa Lima's airborne.
400.
Say again, Alpaca 37 Papa Lima.
Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, report passing altitude.
Passing 900 feet for 4,000 feet, Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. They should never do
1,000.
that at this stage.
Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, there is a contact line flight level 280, proceed direct below.
Golf level 280, direct 2 barrel, Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. So it's a critical phase. You wouldn't ever get them sort of, say, passing at that sort of height. Command A. And was that climbing 280? Because of the workload. You know, I'm hand flying close to the ground here. Airborne's fine, and then they will advise you radar contacts. So NADP 1, we wait until 3,000 feet. Turn the wipers off, don't need them at this height. Very nice. Now we can bug up. Push out to defend because we can clear to a higher flight level. Set standard. Passing. 40 for flight level 280. So above V2 plus 15 accelerating. You can select flap 1.
Alpaca 6 Mike Whiskey, service wind is 140 direct 5 knots, runway 18 clear for takeoff.
Flaps up.
Runway 18 clear takeoff, wheels go Alpaca 6 Mike Whiskey.
Not the nicest of days here. Now flaps up, no lights. VNav and after takeoff checklist. Gears off, water brakes off. Engine anti-ice start switches can stay on continuous. Air conditioning and pressurization. Diff pressures 2.0. Climbing auto. Air conditioning pressurization set.
122 decimal 8 and then you're gonna arm the Alpaca to the Oscar.
Start set 55280 after takeoff check is complete. Very, very nice. So far, Mod's been doing a fantastic job. On the rotation, again, smidge more back pressure required than I'd expect, but certainly a recognisable deadband there. Oh, he said direct to burial as well, didn't he? Come on, where's my FOs in chat? Got to love a flyby in the popular livery. It's super, isn't it? That's all thanks to David. Orpho's looking fantastic as well. I saw Orbex are now going to be officially updating their TrueF UK scenery for X-Plane 12, which is good because I've got the sort of workaround that Q8 Pilot suggested, so I'm going to actually uninstall it and then we'll have a look at that when it's released. Looking very nice.
Alpaca 6 Mike Whiskey passing 1,900 for 4,000. Alpaca 6 Mike Whiskey, I'll level 280 direct
Into
to
the mist we go.
Alpaca 6 Mike Whiskey.
That looks great. Star Wars effect, but that's pretty realistic. Probably not this time of day, more when it's a little darker, with the lights illuminating everything. Right, passing 101 for 280. Pre-cruise checks coming up. Fuel, we have 4 pumps on board, and we've got 6 lights coming off. AP verify off. Air conditioning and pressurization. 3.8 climbing. Set. Oh, forgot to release the crew. And we'll release the passengers at the same time. We wouldn't usually do that. There we are, checks complete. Oh, interesting. Are the lights illuminate? No, we don't. Keep the engine anti-ice on. Now that was a very on-time departure out of Riga. Yeah, I mean, because Greek flights these days are sort of around 30-ish, and we actually usually depart only one airport or two, we've split it up to 4 this time round, so everyone's quite spread out. So I think in total from Riga there's about 10 departures, Prague about 10, Krakow 2 or 3, and then I think there's 4 or 5 long haul. So yeah, it was you know, so how many group flights we had smooth departures like that. Very smooth indeed. We've certainly done group flights where I've not been pushing back until like an hour into the stream. Might be a slightly shorter one. But yeah, enjoying it so far. Looking forward to the approach into Warsaw Chopin. And then for Christmas, guys, I'd like to do, we did it a couple of years ago, a sort of a 2-sector one, and I already have a date because I'm going to be very busy in December. Loving work as well. I've got no flights in the next 30 days, only sim. But I'm really enjoying it, and I've got lovely shifts next week. It's sort of briefing starting at 7-8 o'clock in the morning. I'm out of the sim by sort of midday, 1 o'clock, and then home. So I might do some streams in the evenings. Yeah, Christmas. We do need somewhere with snow, and we need somewhere with 2 sectors. Now, I was sort of suggesting Africa, but got a good relationship with VACC of Scandinavia, and there's obviously loads of suitable airports, and I think our 2-sector two sector day we did 2 years ago was in Scandinavia, and it went really well. I can't remember which airports. Canada could be a good option as well. Yes, the date, I've already got it in my diary, hold on my calendar. It will be on the Saturday in December, the week before Christmas. Saturday the 16th will be the MOGF. It's the only day I can do. And it's actually, to be fair, the last weekend before Christmas. The 23rd, I'm working, and the 24th, so I can't do it. So yeah, it was the only weekend we could do. I am off on Christmas Day, though, which is fantastic. Stop raining, it's cold enough, and what's the outside air temperature? Minus 23, so we still need engine anti-ice. Should he have handed me over to Unicom? Santa livery, yes, I think we've got one somewhere, haven't we? Oh, I've got a Christmas tree on the side of it, I can't remember if I used it. Yeah, Africa doesn't get much snow, we might have to move that to January then. Yeah, Davy's got a good point. Rovaniemi is very busy. Remember we took part, it wasn't a group flight, a VACC group flight, we took part in this event. It was 3 or 4 years ago, one of my earlier streams. We ended up logging off because I took off from Oslo or wherever it was, Copenhagen, and as soon as I handed over approach I had to start holding. I was 2 hours away from Rovaniemi, I had to start holding, and I was like, well, this is just ridiculous, and we did. And then I was like, well, this is beyond realistic now, so we just logged off, flew there manually.
Riga, Prague, Chopin, 2 Whiskey, Bravo, airborne.
Oh, bit of light turbulence here. Rocking around. Seatbelt sign back on, I think. There is a weird thing going on in X-Plane. I don't know if you can hear me. That's better. With the sort of textures, they sort of look a bit. I don't know. It's like a weird effect on it. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's a bit rough, isn't it? Ah, there we are. Out of the clouds. Still got the weird weather radar returns as well. Jack is here as well. I think he's just downstairs with my other half, and going for a nice walk after the stream. It's actually, when I said it was very cold here, the weather today actually in the UK is really nice. Cold but crisp and clear. Sam, why for Christmas what members only group why do Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, go ahead.
Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, contact Euro North from 133.45, bye.
133.45 Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. Thanks, ATC, sir, bye. Euro North, is this?
0 Alpaca 5 much focus on, thank you.
Yeah, I think cross the pond might be a bit excessive. It's just the amount of people won't be able to take part of that usually, Sam. If I do a 2-sector, gives people the option of either doing 1 or 2. Hopefully everyone will do 2, or the majority of people. But from an organisational point of view, it's quite tough to organise. Sort of, especially the way I plan them in the spreadsheets I use. Better update this to 37 actually. 3737. Eurocontrol, good day. Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. Climb flight level 280 to Napot, requesting flight level 370, please.
Okay, 47 Papa Lima, Eurocontrol, good afternoon. I identify direct Boxu, climb T, follow up 370.
Direct to Boxu, climbing flight level 370, Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. There's Boxu, execute, LNAV, and 370. Set, and it's on the overhead panel. MCP and the cruise page 3703 times.
405 here, control, hello, 35, continue, follow up
0321 short, it's supposed to be moisture of the clouds between the camera and the plane. Is that according to X-Plane or Laminar Research? Looks like a bad mask going on in the graphics engine. No, I think it's an effect they put in. Well, they need to get rid of it. It makes it look really bad. Well, for me personally, I don't know if anyone else likes it. Perfect. Christmas MOGF, great. Can we go somewhere it's not freezing and miserable like Australia, please? Oh, we're going to have snow, Andy. We're going to have snow. Do some winter ops. For the next Discord stage events, what would you guys like to see? I could do loads of different things. Would you guys like a winter ops sort of presentation? So because winter ops is obviously coming in Europe where the majority of you are. Sorry, David, Australian followers. But I could do a sort of a winter ops lesson. And the plan is I'll hopefully get a moderator to record it, and it will be available post Discord stage event on the YouTube members only section, so you can review it. Yeah, Innsbruck could work for a oops, just accidentally not. Yeah, that could work, but it would have to definitely be a crossfire. But the problem is the approaches. You can't have multiple approaches then into Innsbruck. Sean can't be done with the ZIBO. I've done it once in a stream, although I did delete it because the performances are awful. But yeah, you very steep approaches in it, and I have to bring the gear and flaps up really early. It's narrow Sion, isn't it? The 737, well, my operator, we're approved to land on runways. Minimum width is 30 metres. Standard is 45, but it's quite limiting for every for the crosswind limits on narrow runways is very low. Is that 15, 20 knots? I actually don't think I've ever landed on a narrow runway.
Olympic 970, contact Polaris Control 125.5. Have a good day, bye-bye.
Ugh, look at that headwind. 50 knot headwind. Good spacing here. Yeah, the clouds have improved. Still a long way off Microsoft Flight Simulator's clouds. All that lovely ortho I downloaded.
Control, hello, Alpha 6 Mike Whiskey, time is flight level 280.
Cannot miss that.
6 Mike Whiskey, 0, control, good afternoon, identified, quantity, flight level 350.
Flight level 350, Alpha 6 Mike Whiskey.
Ah, so you're thinking short was the reason the 737 can't get in there due to the narrow runway. Ah, I thought it was the approach. No, there's no 30 metres is the minimum width of my operator. Maybe some operators can have it even less. You wouldn't want it much less than 30 metres. Ah, yeah. So Sion, yeah, it's doable. I think it's VACC. VACC in the Faroe Islands is less than 45 metres. Memmingen in Germany, I think, is 30 metres. Correct me if I'm wrong. That receives 737s periodically. A verb check.
4819 to 47.
Yeah, clouds do look a bit weird here. Blurry as well. Can't remember when it was released. They were awful. That looks great. The reflection of the winglet on the vertical stabilizer there. Very nice. Superb.
Radar, good morning. Alpaca 2 Whiskey Bravo, passing flight.
Yeah, they look a lot better now. On to go. Slightly less than 1 to go.
Flight level 370, Alpaca 2 Whiskey Bravo.
They'd panic at the amount of traffic but be too polite to refuse. We could go to Canada. I mean, obviously Europe gets a lot more attention there, but I mean, we'll poll it, and obviously do excuse my planning for this group flight because I only got it started last weekend. I've been so busy, and I had it in my head it was the following weekend, but I'm working next weekend. And I was like, oh crap, I've only got a week left. And this time last week I was just starting back at work. It was my day one. It was the worst timing ever. So it was very fortunate that these events were going on here to utilise the ATC. But no, because I've got the date in mind, and it's actually 5 weeks, we'll get it planned really early with the bookings as well. So ideally bookings will open, you know, a week before the event, so you can actually book on with it all planned out and ATC requested before then. Right, there we are, reaching 37,000 feet. Check the overhead panel, pressurization's all good. Just under APSI, as we'd expect, and oh, the VNAV's engaged. Do a fuel check when we get to Boxy on a time check. It's cruising along nicely. See how many of you people are about to Chopin. I mean, the event's only just started, so an hour or two ago, and it'll be much busier later on in the evening. So obviously, this time of day is lunchtime here in Europe, so we'll be off having their lunch. I see a lot of us going into Chopin though. Prague is fully online actually, going to ATC there. A few lots there, a few Ryanairs. I think all the Alpacas are airborne now. Yeah, see Alpaca 6 Papa Whiskey airborne on the way.
Direct to Eco Airport 124.
There's a lot of ATC in Poland. 57. Wow, 57 in. Wow, it's really busy at Chopin. Wow, look how much traffic's actually at the airport. Wow. I hope 30 minutes is enough fuel. There's a lot of aircraft on the whole point as well. Flipping heck. Have you seen Chopin, guys? It's super busy. I don't think it'd be as busy as this at this time of day. The Independence Day event is live. Wow. Just having a look at the inbounds as well. Oh, there's an Alpaca on final. Alpaca 14 Charlie. And Alpaca 585 is downwind as well.
76 Euro Control, good afternoon, identified.
Good suggestions, Andy. Yeah, I think Calgary or Edmonton. Maybe Calgary, isn't it, the largest? I think if we're going to do a 2-sector though, it doesn't necessarily need to have parallel runways. Oh yeah, but Calgary, Edmonton, what's the flight time? But yeah, if we can do 2-sector, Andy, for the second one, that would be good. Hey, Sim 737 pilot, hope you're doing well.
4819, contact Copenhagen control 136.485. Have a soft landing, bye bye.
Have a soft landing. Love that. Yeah, had a very busy week this week. Had a flight, went to the Canaries on Sunday, then 4 sims, and I was doing the late shifts. I did think about streaming one of them, but it was I did stream one of the sims I did finished at 2:30 in the morning. So with debriefing, you know, left at 3:30, so I was home at 4. And then the other days weren't too bad, but they were sort of finishing at midnight. So yeah, yesterday was my first day off, and I was just unwinding from late streams, and then obviously planned the group flight. It's going to be very busy. I've got lovely sessions next week, all sort of early type rating sessions, which I quite like doing. Sort of just get the foundations in for the guys. Let's see how the ZIBO mod performs today. Alpaca 6 Mike Whiskey. She took off quite quickly. After us, there he is. Yeah, so guys, Concorde stream I'm going to plan soon as well for probably my next days off or the next block after that. I'm going to fly to Australia over a large body of water. So that's the plan. Although I need to think of a good departure airport. Right on it. I've got an idea. The idea is we take off at sunrise, land at take off at sunset, land at sunrise. And also, what else? Yeah, I'm going to talk to London City perhaps a bit too long. They're probably departing Africa or something, go over the Indian Ocean. Or maybe north, further north, we'll see. But I was going to say, yeah, I'm going to ask, see if how FlyJSim are doing with the classics as well, the 7.2. If they've got like an early build I can test, I think a lot of people will be interested in seeing that. Yeah, but Flightbeam Studios, I've got a copy of their Minneapolis scenery which I need to showcase, so I might use the PMDG for that just to see how it is. They've updated their tablet, haven't they? And I think I'll go from one of their other sceneries. So it'll be really cool, two really cool airports, detail-wise. Concorde did Singapore, Melbourne during its proving flights. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll take it somewhere else. I don't know how it's working in X-Plane 12. I've read some posts saying the engines are far too powerful, so you sort of get to Mach 2 way too easily and way too quickly. Whereas I think it was quite lumbered in Concorde in reality with the step climb you used to do. I've got all my notes for it anyway. Oh, top of descent's not long away, look! Only 100 miles. An avograph. There we are, right over Lithuania. Vilnius will be over there. Now I think Boxu's the boundary with Vilnius and Warsaw. There we are. So we're approaching Boxu, the boundary. Actually pre-tune Warsaw, then we'll check and do the fuel check and time check as well.
Zero control, good
What's that? Did you hear that?
Nordic
Fell down.
110, passing flight level 314, climbing flight level 370.
Nordic 1190, Euro Control, good afternoon, quantity follow-up 370.
Flight level 370,
Well,
Nordic 1190.
So I've got the ATIS for Warsaw, Chopin, expect ILS Yankee runway 33. As soon as we check in, we'll start planning for that. So yeah, we can expect a Netbox 5 uniform, which is what I've planned. You have to be quite senior on VACC to get Euro control, I assume. Yeah, no idea. I only very occasionally see it online. Andy, I did find it a tad overpowered and unstable in X-Plane 12. When you say unstable, what do you mean? In pitch? Or it's always really hard to land in X-Plane, I found. Managed it in Leeds once. What did you do? Gran Canaria to Leeds in about a couple of hours, wasn't it?
Good morning, Euro control, Lufthansa 18 Whiskey in North England.
Contour 8 Lima Whiskey, Euro control, good morning, identified, clear, direct, Tango, Romeo Sierra.
Tango, Romeo Sierra, offensive, thank you.
Super.
Dot 781 Charlie identified, you can continue on datalink.
Oh no, we don't have CPDLC in the mod yet. That's something I'd really like to see.
307 identified.
Halfway.
God,
God, I've done so many long streams last month for the charity event stream, which was 6 hours, and obviously across the pond. It feels weird saying I'm halfway there, and I'm only an hour into the stream. That was a short-lived concourse service from London to Singapore via Bahrain. Second sector was entirely over water. Crikey. Anyway, approaching Boxer, let's just do a quick fuel and time check before we get handed over. So Boxer, 29 minutes airborne, 27. We got a nice shortcut, didn't we? Direct to Boxer early. Surface wind is
Paka 37 Papa Lima, contact Warsaw Radar 132.7 today.
132.7. Thanks to ATC Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. Bye. It's going to be busy on this frequency. Should have burned 2 tons of fuel. It burnt 1.9, so yeah, about 100 kilos saved with the shortcut. We should have 3.8 plus the extra fuel. So we had 5 tons on board, about 5.2. Wasn't too bad. Varsava, hello Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, maintaining flight level 370 to Sugi.
Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, Warsaw, good evening, radar contact, cleared to NEPOX 5 uniform arrival, expect ILS Yankee runway G3.
Expect the NEPOX 5 uniform for ILS Yankee 33 Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. Perfect, so that's actually what I've got in the FMC, which is pretty good. Let's start setting up for the approach because we're only, 80 miles away. So, descent forecast 250 below 100. And remember, with the Simbrief integration on the ground, we fetched the wind data. Now I'm just going to get the latest weather off the ATIS, which I've got in text. So it's runway 33 ILS Yankee, transition levels 80. Wind is calm, it's 10k or more, broken at 800, so the cloud base is quite low, so IMC conditions, could figure at 5 miles, that wasn't for me. Temperature's 8, 2.6, QNH is 1001, so that's all set, QNH 1001, we can preset here. Excellent, and the rest we've all copied, information echo. Fix rings then. So 5 miles, we put a 5 mile run because we're in IMC today. So IMC we define a mile per rater when visibility is greater than, a cloud base is less than 1,000 feet, visibility less than 5,000 meters. Listen, yes, he cleared you for the arrival. Yeah, the NEPOX 5 uniform. Doesn't mean you're directly cleared to NEPOX, and not like in America, you can't step down. So, we'll check the rest. Let's have a look at the approach. ILS Yankee. So he's been cleared now, direct to NEPOX for the arrival. That's Edo. Direct NEPOX Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. We've also got direct to NEPOX as well. Executes. Now nav's available. Aircraft's now routing direct to NEPOX, which makes the briefing a lot easier. So let's go to plan. Zoom in. So NEPOX, we've got max 280 knots at or below flight level 180, which checks in the FMC. That actually leaves us quite low on profile, so you can see we're still at 180, 5.9 miles ahead at Buas. Now that's a, oh my goodness me, what on earth has happened here? Okay, the routing's correct in the FMC, but there's weird magenta artifacts. That is not correct. Yeah, so the routing is fine in the FMS. Nepox, Buas, Enzam. Nepox, Buas, Enzam, but there's weird magenta lines coming off everything. That is not accurate. It's to do with these bypasses, I think, because it's overshooting everything. But there shouldn't be any. All the bypasses you should see. This overshoot here, this magenta line shouldn't be here, neither should that magenta line. So these two magenta lines have just been added randomly, but this magenta line is going to be the actual track. Anyway, we'll get to VACC, and then direct to Sofas, max 220, which checks. And then it goes all the way outbound here. Now, we've got to try and anticipate a potential shortcut here. So, for those of you familiar with my streams will know that to plan for a shortcut, what we'll do is put after Adini, Whiskey Alpha 5, we'll put Erleg actually. And what this will do is at Adini, at the moment it's putting us at 8,700, but if we put the shortcut in, ideally at Adini we'll be at 4,225. So what I'm going to do is put in 4,300 at Adini, and that allows for a straight in approach at the correct height. There we are. And if not, we'll just have to go VS 200 feet per minute and carry on downwind. I mean, this is just descent planning to prevent what we call a high energy approach from developing. So that's the routing, otherwise all the rest of the points are in. And then let's have a look at ILS Yankee 33. So frequency is 110.3. Active, box 1. Active, box 2. We have the KESC VOR we can put on standby. 1345. Courses for this approach 326. Completely overcast here, isn't it? 326, 326. So frequencies, courses, minimums for Cat 1, which is fine with the cloud base at 800, is 557 feet. Remember, cloud base is always based off height above the ground. So 557 we descend the PFD. Frequencies, courses, minimums are set. No terrain issues. Look at the MSA all the way around here. 2,500 is the highest to the south, so 3,000 feet around the airport. So I'd expect vectors, or the routing via 534 or Erleg, and then Whiskey Alpha 529 is the final approach fix at 3,000, which checks in the FMC, and we're descending down the path 3 degrees, which checks in the FMS as well to the minimum. So if we have to go around, current speed Mach decimal 77, Alpaca 37 Papa Lima.
Alpaca 6 Mike Whiskey, radio speed Mach decimal 77 Orfles.
Already sequencing in there. So if I have to go around, I'll push Toga 1 to go around. Call for flat 15, set go around first, positive rate of climb, gear up 400 feet, we can select LNAV, climb up straight ahead to 326 to XLTO, or Zelto,
Good morning, Alpaca 2 Whiskey Bravo, flight level 37.
runway 33 Zelto, and after that's a left turn to Molza. Interestingly, this is Whiskey Alpha Romeo. Well, it seems to be the same point, but the name's different. Track is 285. This has a track of, it doesn't state on the chart, but that looks like the correct waypoint, doesn't it? Molza, we've got Whiskey Alpha Romeo. Very interesting. Why it's different, I don't know. Anyway, we'll follow LNAV, and it seems to be going in the right direction. We'll confirm the routing if we do go around. RVL need is 550 metres. We've got over 10k, I think it was. Cool. Let's have a look at the landing performance then. So landing on 3-3, we want to vacate at... Is Sierra 1 available? Oh yeah, no entry for takeoff, that's fine. Sierra 1's going to be the most suitable for ATC. And huge display threshold here. This looks like Fuerteventura. So we have an actual landing distance which will be a lot less than this. Where is the chart of the landing distances? Never graph. Oh, here it is. It's going to be here somewhere. Yeah, landing beyond the threshold. No, wrong airport. Oh, it's not there, is it? Right, I'm looking at my operator's chart. It's clearer. Right, landing distance available. Oh, it's not on this chart either. It must be on a different one. This is very oriental music. I feel like we should be in Japan. Oh, I can't find a single chart with the landing distance available on my operators either. We'll have to get it in the OPT. I've got a takeoff run available, but with this display threshold, it is quite long. Right, let me get the OPT out from the real OPT. Type in EPWA. Runway 33, airport info. Runway comments. Landing distance is 3,029 metres. So 3,690 is the length, but the actual landing distance available is 3,029 because the can only land beyond the threshold. So this is 3,029. Sierra 1's going to be about, let's say, 2,000 metres. Ah, that's Dave. Where is the performance calculator? There we are. So runway 33. I'll say wet conservatively. Oh no, it should be dry. Surface wind is variable at 2 knots, approaching double descent. So what I'll do, I'll put in, will it accept -2? I'll put 1502. Temperature is 8, QNH 1001. So fuel, we're going to burn 800 kilos, 4.8 on board, 4 tons on arrival. That's going to be 56.8. Let's try flat 30. In 2,000 metres. 2,000 metres. Order brake 2. Is that factored by ZIBO? I don't know. I might go order brake 3 and just take the brakes out. Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, request descent. Descent flight level 160, Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. So 160 set, out at events. Top of descent to chat, and as discussed then, flap 30, order brake 3, 1677, more than enough performance. And we'll vacate at Sierra 1, and then we'll bring the parking stand chart up as well. After Sierra 1, they have these coloured lines here. We can use the excellent overlay feature where you zoom on in and see all the charts that way. It's fantastic, this. Look, it even has the colour coding in red and blue. I love it. There we are. We've started our descent, ladies and gentlemen, into Warsaw Chopin. This has been a lovely, smooth flight. I hope you guys have picked some tips up as well. Now, it seems to have struggled to, on the real aircraft, when you transition from the cruise to descent, it nails the profile. It doesn't ever deviate in VNAV, and then you start on path here. For some reason, it's got it in itself a little bit high, and it's continuing to do so. It's in VNAV speed, which is correct. This has common VNAV logic now, so it will stay in speed, which will maintain and only pitch for this speed until it recaptures the profile. So I'm just going to leave it, and that profile will come back towards us. So I'll let ZIBO know. What was it? Feedback. The N1 figures were wrong on the FMC, and VNAV transition from cruise to descent. There you go. It's coming back now because we're maintaining a fixed Mach number in descent. VNAV transition to cruise descent. Left high on profile. There we are. Oops, that's my fault. Move the thrust levers. Disconnect the order funnel if there's a split. Warsaw South is so busy. Well, so far we haven't been advised of any holding or delay. We'll just keep going on the arrival at this present time. We've got an extra 30 minutes of fuel. And our alternate's Gdansk. We can always go there. Put the Oriental music back on. I was enjoying that. I feel like I'm about to have a massage. I'll put something else on. There we go. Looking good. So yeah, it'll be a misty, murky approach today. We won't see anything until, what was it, 800 feet broken? See how the weather translates into the sim. So again, the aircraft's now pitching for 273 knots. So what you can do is open the speed window if you want to temporarily speed up. Bug for 280, the aircraft will pitch down now for 280 knots. And I'll just bring the profile in. And VNAV speed will change to VNAV path, and this will become FMC speed. There we are, and we can now close the window. So the autothrottle will now stay closed. So long as you're on speed, not within 15 knots. Vince Naylor, thanks. 2 years as a member. He goes, woohoo! Llama badge, baby. Can't believe I've been here for 2 years already. Thanks, Sam. And all the members for a great community. Thank you very much, Vince, for spending 2 years as a member. Really appreciate it and all the support that gives me. So thank you very much. And I think you're taking part in this group flight today, our last minute entrance. So I hope your flight is going smoothly. And we'll see you in Warsaw. Just transition to indicated 273 knots, Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. What would you like?
Alpaca 27 Papa Lima, Roger, maintain 270.
270 knots or greater, Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. Perfect, so what I'll do, I'll put 280, and it will just give us a nice round speed for the aircraft to target, execute. Might just redraw the profile, tad high now, so aircraft's in speed, it's going to pitch for the speed now, 280 knots, and that should recapture the profile.
260 knots or less on conversion.
260 knots or less on conversion, Alpaca 6 Mike Whiskey.
Let's go into some cloud, there's VNAV path again, and FMC speed. So what I'm just going to do is open the speed window temporarily. The autothrottle will add thrust now to maintain that speed. Let's go into the soup. Pop on the engine anti-ice now. Oh dear, Greg, had to disconnect on approach. The controller had mic problems and I was left really hard approach. Oh dear. Hope he has it sorted. He's very busy today. Now, it's my understanding that the Polish VACC controllers, haven't they rented a conference room somewhere and they're providing ATC in a office or something, or at some airport? It's pretty cool.
37 Papa Lima, contact code approach frequency 125.005,
125.005 Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. Dzień dobry. Is that correct? Or is that a greeting? I always forget. Is that good evening, good afternoon?
25055, Alpaca 6 Mike Whiskey, thank you, sir.
25005. Oops. Is that correct? Too quiet. I was expecting to be constant talking. Oh, it is 055.
Afternoon, Alpaca 6 Papa Whiskey, flight level 170 inbound Lucas.
Alpaca 6 Papa Whiskey, Warszawa approach grey, information Foxtrot, descent flight level 140, speed 250.
Flight level 140, speed 250 knots, Alpaca 6 Papa Whiskey.
Approach Dzień dobry Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, descending flight level 160, inbound to Nipox with a Nipox 5 uniform, copy information Echo, and we're 738.
Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, dzień dobry, Warszawa radar contact, descent flight level 110, information Foxtrot.
Descent flight level 110, we'll copy Foxtrot Alpaca 37 Papa Lima.
Alpaca 3 Delta Oscar, speed 220 and contact approach 128.805.
110 checked, seatbelt sign on, well they're still strapped in.
220,
Cycling.
contact approach 128.8.805, Alpaca 2.
I forgot to mention my speed actually.
125.45, 125.45, passage 68, dzięki, do
So
usłyszenia.
we can now close the speed window.
7 Hotel Lima, descent flight level 100.
And this arrival has a maximum speed of 280 at Nipox, which is what we're doing.
Approach today, Alpaca 6 Mike Whiskey, descending flight level 180, speed 260 knots, we've copied Foxtrot.
There we are on the cloud.
Alpaca 6 Mike Whiskey, approach radar contact, Foxtrot correct,
funky.
descent flight level 120 and reduce speed 250.
Descent flight level 120.
Profile's just been redrawn. It has been okay, it's been sort of a few changes. Because we're sort of
That's correct.
reduced our rate of descent here, the speed probably will bleed off a little bit quicker here. But here we go, it's bleeding off now. So we did, again, we'll just open the speed window just to ensure that we comply with our speed restriction.
565.
You can either add thrust manually or just open the speed window. Speed, the order throttle's a lot slower at these sort of altitudes as well. Speed
Russia
changes.
approach, hello, Lufthansa 2 Juliet Victor with Foxtrot, descending flight level 170-250 knots.
Lufthansa 2 Juliet Victor, Ahoy, Warszawa, approach information Foxtrot, descent flight level 150.
So far so good.
250.
250 knots and this
Don't forget all of those lucky individuals have entered into the group flight. We'll be running the giveaway as usual.
Alpaca 7 Hotel.
Always 2 giveaways now for every group flight for everyone that participates. I always check to make sure you participate as well.
Reduce speed 220 knots and to approach 128.805, course line only, Alpaca 7 Hotel Lima. Thank you and bye-bye.
Alpine 152, descent flight level 100.
Descent to flight level 100, Alpine 152.
Hi Owen, 46 members of a member. Flipping heck. I mean, that's insane. Hi Sam, glad to have some time to enjoy the content again. Got my PPL finished a couple of months back after being inspired by the channel. Cheers. Owen, what, are you in Discord? I'm trying to think who you could be. 46 members. What was your experience flying wise when you joined? It's absolutely insane. I'm having to do some maths. Is that almost 4 years?
71 heavy, Warszawa approach.
Yeah, it's nearly 4 years.
Foxtrot.
3 years and 8 months. Crazy. Thanks, Owen.
Flight level 110, Alpaca 71.
3 years, 8 months ago. I mean, that was 2020. Yeah, before the pandemic. Fantastic. Well done getting your PPL.
Whiskey, continue present heading.
So far so good. The path's been pretty nice here. I'll close the speed window again just to see how it is, but the thrust is pretty much closed anyway.
Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, descent flight level 100, speed 220.
Descend flight level 100, reducing speed to 220 knots, Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. So 100 checked, I've instantly gone to level change, so I can comply with that restriction straight away. And then we'll now update the speed in the FMC. Level change just doesn't follow any guidance, just get the aircraft to start pitching up. You had a couple of hours flying, that's all. Very cool, Owen. Yeah, Kobe messed up the training, but got back to it eventually. Excellent. A lot of the cadets I'm training who have joined my operator, I've been listening to their stories, sort of where did you train and whatnot, and all of them were affected by COVID. And it made me sort of consider how lucky I was. You know, I had a secure job. At some points I was uncertain about the future of that, as airlines were making redundancies everywhere, but my operator chose not to make any redundancies because they looked forward. So I was very lucky, but I did really feel for all those people in training, or not just pilots there in training there. But moving that all aside, I had a direct entry captain who joined the airline about a couple of years ago, and he was from Ukraine. It wasn't Pilot Blog, if you're thinking that. I think he was also from Ukraine, but he was from I think the same airline. and he was telling me the story of
Alpine 152.
he was from Kyiv, and he's now based in the UK, but he can't see his son. His son's stuck in the country with his wife, who can leave, but his son cannot leave, and he obviously can't get in. So, you know, it was quite moving. He wasn't emotional, but obviously, you know, he said...
37 Papa Lima, contact approach call only 128.805. Do widzenia.
128.805, Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. Thank you very much, ATC Dobsonia. Bye. Is it Dobsonia to say bye?
Mike Whiskey.
There we go. Very moving, and you know, he missed his son. He said, I see my son most of the time on the FaceTime, but I can't hold him. You know, and it was very moving, and I felt really sorry. And I was like, Slava Ukraine afterwards. I hope everything, you know, gets sorted so he can go see his son. Makes you realise how lucky you are. Approach Dobsonia Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, descending flight level 100, approaching NZAM, speed 220 knots.
Break Alpaca 3 Oscar, continue descent altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1001.
Yeah, must have been, yeah. But he was in for a recurrent sim training, did a good job.
Contact approach 1, correction, contact tower 118.305.
Average 118.305, affected 200 feet.
Check in. Just maintain 220, which actually help us because we're slightly low on profile.
Director left here, left call established, Martin 21.
Let's just do the. So if you're ever level at 10,000 feet, you can do the post-cruise checks level. The fuel 4 pumps, lights, low not required, angle bank, oops, set 25, pressurization sets, seatbelts, recall, checks complete.
Alpaca 7 Hotel Lima, continue descent altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1001.
So I reckon a lot of people are going to be extended downwind here. Yeah, so I might just delete that restriction. We'll see how we get on. Approach hello, it's Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, flight level 100, VACC 220 knots, request descent.
Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, hello, radar contact, descent flight level 80.
So flight level 80, Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. So I think it was really busy when I checked in, so when he said radar contact, probably just remember we checked in. Right, we've done the post-cruise checks as we were level for a short while, 80, and I've just got a level change, so we don't dive for that profile.
Contact Warsaw Tower, hello, November
Is it a real aircraft? Sounds like it.
On 3,000 feet, inbound towards Whiskey Alpha 902.
Sim737, as far as I know, when it's really bright outside, the cockpit will appear darker, but when you zoom in the way out the window, your eyes adjust. That is true. I have got Tobii eye tracker, but I've disabled it, because it doesn't always work properly with the mod. But yeah, you can see, look, if I look outside, and look in, look at the difference. See? See the eye adjusting? Hate it. Not a fan of the feature. Yeah, it's super nice to disable as an option. Speeds. Match heading. Looking good so far.
Alpaca 3 Delta Oscar, direct to Whiskey Alpha 533, descent 3000, clear ILS.
So header's been cleared direct to Whiskey Alpha 533.
Direct to Whiskey Alpha 533, descent 3000.
80's been excellent. I remember all the other Independence Day events we took part in, they were always really good. So remember, this profile is based on us having a shortcut at Dini, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm not so worried about this, because that's basically just getting a massive shortcut. We might extend downwind slightly. Transition level, we're still 80, we cleared to an altitude next. Martiner, he's had a long flight.
118.305 for Martiner 212.
Javelin, last one out of Riga, running late as my cabin had no power, so couldn't get set up until 11:20. Oops. Oh yeah, how is your cabin? Javelin, ladies and gentlemen, Javelin has a man shed. I remember him sharing pictures with me. You must share it, Javelin, because I remember you showed it to me before.
Hello, radar contact, descent flight level 80. Descent flight level 0, Alpine 152.
9 Yankee, contact tower number 3, crossing traffic 5 miles, bye-bye. Contact tower, Alpaca 9 Papa Yankee. Ranger,
Got the tower standby.
Car 6 Papa Whiskey, Warsaw,
So just level. These point merge arrivals, instead of holding, they just leave you high and extend you downwind.
Ranger, Alpaca 6 Mike Whiskey. Alpaca 6 Mike Whiskey, Warsaw, hello, radar, contact descent level 80.
He's doing a good job. It's very, very busy here.
6 Mike Whiskey. Alpaca 7 Hotel Lima.
So again, that profile I'm not worried about. That's based off me having a huge shortcut from Medini.
Alpaca 7 Hotel Lima.
Fact what?
7 Papa Lima, continue descent altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1001.
Said 4,000 feet, QNH 1001, Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. 4,000 feet, check, set QNH 1001, passing 7,700, 4,000 feet. No flag, standby, altimeter set.
New present heading, Alpaca 7 Hotel Lima.
Generally, it's great. Time to start building a 7.3 single seat cockpit now over the winter. Wow, very cool.
3,000 feet, Alpaca 7 Hotel Lima.
Oh, Mason, don't worry, you often have similar call signs. It's poor tower, they'll be struggling. Right, what we'll do is just get rid of the Adini restriction, because we're obviously not going to make it. Delete, and you'll see our profile will instantly change. Poof, we're now 2,200 feet low. So we'll be cut in front of, or behind, sorry, Edo there, I think. Or maybe 7 Hotel Lima. Oh, was that for me? Yeah, it's looking a bit tight there.
Alpine 152, continue descent altitude 6,000.
Yeah, we'll probably just keep going downwind until they can slot us in.
Continue descent 6,000 feet, QNH
First time we're taking to 7.3 on a MOGF, so it could go horribly wrong. Looking good for us though. These two are too tight. No. Yeah, I think 7 Hotel Lima could be going around. That's looking super tight. They're at the same height as well. I mean, the separation there is about 2 miles. No holding yet. No, it's busy, but they're sort of sending us round the long way. So now we're getting a bit low, so I'm going to select VS 500, and he'll cut us in. Well, approaching Lembu, we will turn on the arrival. So.
7 Hotel Lima, left 10 degrees. Seems like you are not gonna reach on this heading because I see 315, so left.
See, he's already turning.
Say again for the Alpaca 7 Hotel Lima. Alpaca 7 Hotel Lima, are you able to intercept the localizer on current heading? We have not intercepted yet, but we are on the right heading.
Good. Very proud of all the RT I hear for the Alpacas. Very good. Very professional. So low on the VS, that's fine because we were planning a shortcut initially. Send us 3,000 feet, route direct to Whiskey Alpha 533. After Whiskey Alpha 533 cleared, ILS Yankee 33 Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. How many more 3s can I squeeze in? Whiskey Alpha 533 cleared approach. There's a helicopter down there, I think. That's a helicopter. The Sierra Papa Hotel Alpha India. So I've got loads of space here.
Alpaca 6 Papa Whiskey continues at altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1001.
So 96, 5,000 feet, QNH 1001, Alpaca 6 Papa Whiskey.
Looking good.
Alpaca 7 Hotel Lima, established ILS runway 33. Alpaca 7 Hotel Lima, thank you very much. Number 3, proceeding traffic 4 miles.
How are they getting departures away with these many arrivals as well? Because obviously it's sort of a crossing, I think. They have to sort of time it correctly in Warsaw. So they take off runway 29 and we're landing on 33, so I should think they're squeezing a takeoff out in the gaps. See how busy it is when we get there. It was actually quite nice for us to do this event at this time. I think it'll be busier with other traffic later on this evening. I mean, it's busy now, But you imagine how busy it will be later when people, nothing to do in the afternoon at the weekend.
152 left, heading 060.
There's a little bit of terra firma. All that lovely ortho. There's no point downloading today.
202 Julius Victor, hello.
So we've been cleared approach. We won't be on the centre line until we get to Whiskey Alpha 533. And we've got a big gap for them to get some traffic out. Look.
2,500 feet, inbound Whiskey Alpha 902. Just 389 Warszawa, hello radar, contact line level 160. Time to flight over 160.
Very cool 2 tons, yeah. Traffic cleared for takeoff as landing traffic passes 29. Awesome.
Watch our approach, Alpaca 71 heavy.
Increases their capacity. There's David. So yeah, VNAV path, guys, is still wrong. It's showing me almost on profile here, but I'm really too low. So VNAV path not accurate on approach. Let's put me on like a very shallow glide. This should be on the dime, it should be perfectly on glide with an idle thrust descent or near enough to approach there. So that's not good. I mean, we are 15 miles, ideally on profile, we should be at around 4,500 feet. Now, it's probably going to get a bit closer in a second. Localizer's coming in nicely, so alarm Warlock. Warlock. Capture.
Alpaca 6 Mike Whiskey, speed 180 knots.
Speed 180 knots, Alpaca 6 Mike Whiskey.
152, please confirm, are you setting to 3,000?
Jordan, nice to see you here, buddy. First MOGF for 2 years, crazy. Thanks for taking part. I did it an hour earlier just for you. I did.
2,500 for 6,000. That's 5 Mike Zulu, Warsaw, hello, identify climb level 1C. Confirm the altitude, 5 back 7. Yes, slot 5 Mike Zulu, climb level 160, break Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, contact tower 118.305, bye bye.
118.305, Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. Thanks, AT, sir, bye. Over to tower. We're doing well so far. First ever Polish one. Warsaw Chopin Tower, Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, Jim Dobry. We're establishing now localizer for the ILS Yankee 33.
Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, Kenji Tower, very good day. Continue approach number 2.
Continue approach, Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. Oh, there's 10 miles at my operator. That's the latest point we can select flap 1. We're being cleared ILS, so we can arm approach. There's 1 dot. I'm going to go straight to flap 5.
Alpaca 7 Hotel Lima, winds country, check clear to land. Runway 33, clear to land. Alpaca 7 Hotel. Alpaca 3 Delta, Oscar, welcome to Warsaw, hold short of Alpha, contact.
Now the path's accurate. I think after Whiskey Alpha 529 it will be good. Yeah, David did do a good job calculating the time, yeah. He's flown from, was it Canada, he said. Right, glide slope capture, Mr. Approach altitude 3000 set, and we've got flap 5. I forgot to select that.
Alpaca 7 Hotel Lima, Verigate Sierra 2. Verigate Sierra 2, Alpaca 7 Hotel Lima.
Sierra 2 is the first high speed. Oh no, it's the second high speed. So you got Sierra, I'll try do Sierra 1, well, I'll vacate where he wants me to. Good, we'll go flap 10 just to help slow it down.
3 Echo Zulu, winds calm, runway 29, air clear for takeoff when airborne contact.
Getting an aircraft airborne as well, that's really cool.
For takeoff, runway 29, when airborne contact approach 128.
What's the aircraft? Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, really cool.
Alpaca 7 Hotel Lima, vacated runway 33 at Sierra 1. Alpaca 7 Hotel Lima, order call short taxiway Alpha, contact ground 121905, bye bye. Count 1905, Alpaca 7 Hotel Lima. Lot 8 Foxtrot in sequence, runway 29, line up and away.
Very efficient down there, isn't it?
Runway 29, lining runway 28 Foxtrot.
So the cloud's not very accurate. It should be broken at 800 feet here. I'm sort of below the cloud at 2,200 visual, so they need to update the weather here slightly. Right, gear down, flap 15, match speed, landing checklist, 2 flaps, start switches, recall, speed brake, all green light, landing gear, down 3 green, order brake is set to 3, holding flap 30. I won't run the landing checklist because every time I've done it, it sort of hasn't been updated yet and it doesn't work properly. But we'll do it anyway. Flaps 30 green light, waiting for our landing clearance. Sure. There's the aircraft taking off. Is he airborne yet? I hope so. Who was it? It was a Lufthansa cleared for takeoff. I don't know. We'll soon see what happens. This is just stock as well.
1,000.
Checked.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Approach altitude set.
Well, no one's taken off yet. Let's see what happens.
Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, runway 33, clear to land, winds calm.
Runway 33 clear to land, Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. Okay, lights are on, clear to land. Checklist complete. Wow, maybe he's already taken off, I didn't see it. Right, disconnecting, ladies and gentlemen. Apart from the VNAV, the aircraft's been doing a good job. And handling, look at the responsiveness now, it's so much nicer and in pitch. It's probably a little bit more sensitive in the real aircraft in pitch there, but the roll rate's pretty good.
500.
Checked. Yeah, you just need to fix the streaming. The wipers just don't work at the higher speeds. At lower speeds they work perfectly. A little bit low here, 3 reds. 2 reds, 2 whites. Good, looking good, correct picture. Slightly out trim. Yeah, because I can't actually see very clearly the runway. There's that displaced threshold we discussed in the briefing. 600 metres long.
Good
Can't speed it. Checked. Continue. A bit low, my flying's not checked. I can't see anything though. A little bit low, don't bad.
50, 40, 30,
Check.
20.
Close. Hold the altitude. Nice. I just can't get that these days though. Speed brakes up. Reverses. Manual braking. Crowds across the runway, so we'll take Sierra 1. 100 knots. 80 knots.
Lot 28 Foxtrot, winds calm, runway 29.
We'll take the first high speed of Sierra 1. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Warsaw Chopin.
Airborne 128, 805, 29er takeoff, 28 Foxtrot.
Beautiful. There we are, wipers are working now.
Passer 111, runway 29er, line up and waiting sequence. Line up
Wow, busy here, isn't it? Flipping heck. Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, located Sierra 1.
Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, thank you, welcome in Warsaw, hold short Alpha, contact ground 121-905, bye bye.
Ultra Alpha ground 121-905, Alpaca 37 Papa Lima. So just holding short the taxiway.
Good afternoon, Alpaca 6 Papa Whiskey, Islands 33. Alpaca 6 Papa
ground.
Whiskey. Good day, Visa 001 is fully ready for push and start.
Flaps already up.
Wizard 001, report your stand number.
For that.
Ground hello, Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, vacated at Sierra 1. Forgot where I was.
Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, Grand, good afternoon. Join left taxiway Alpha, continue via Alpha, Zulu, uniform, stand number 5.
Left on Alpha, Alpha Zulu, uniform, stand 5, Alpaca 37 Papa Lima, double zone, yeah. Perfect, so first left on Alpha.
Your stand number once again, please.
Oh, I just realised I still had the camera on, so you can't see the charts. So there's left on Alpha, and then we're going to take Alpha Zulu uniform. So that's the middle line. Then uniforms up here for stand number 5. Okay. Happy where we're going now. Let's see if I get lost. Although I did forget the runway I just landed on, runway 33, and the point I was on too, the chart there. Overall though, very good. I've got new taxiing music as well, by the way, guys. Are you ready for it? I like this one. It's a banger. Right. Even stock scenery has all the correct coloured lines here. It's really good. So we're going to take the middle line, Zulu. Zulu Bravo, Zulu Oscar. So we'll just take the middle one, which is Zulu. There's Edo.
Sorry, at stand 2-1. Break, lot 5 from your mic. How long will you be ready for taxi?
Trust was about to call you. We are ready for taxi, lot 5 from your mic.
Oh, I can't need to keep the wipers on. Yeah, the mod did a really good job. It was just the VNAV, a few phases, that was all. But pretty good.
Lot 5 from your mic. Lot 25 Hotel, dzień dobry, requesting push and start from the gate 1
that was on here. So we're going to take the middle line, not the blue line. I can't see. Going around here like a race trip.
001, lot 25 Hotel.
Tom to work away to push the start as well as ground to start 16, please.
Yeah, this is stock scenery. It's so good. I did have the Javecki Designs Warsaw Chopin for X-Plane. I installed it and it broke X-Plane. It had like this APT data file, which was like an old database. It just on launch, X-Plane crashed and it said you need to remove this file, and I did. And then the scenery didn't work, but it hasn't been officially updated. I don't think. For X-Plane 12.
Morning, ready to start up at Prague.
Nice little MOGF that one, guys. Flawless. Absolutely flawless from seeing ATC. Brilliant job. Really busy. Just sequences in beautifully. Yeah, I see, don't know. So yeah, I installed it and it just didn't work. And I checked the stock one. I was like, you know what, the stock one has all the correct taxi guides and stand numbers. Just keep it easy for myself. Have a look for you, Jim. A bit easier for you to see. Looking for stand 5. Beautiful. Cheers, hello, great MOGF again. I heard you ahead. It wasn't that long ago, about a few months, nearly, well, I'll probably say a year ago, you were really nervous about your first MOGF and going on VACC even for the first time. Now you're just nailing it every time. Just keep it up. Stand number 5.
Warsaw ground, good afternoon, Alpine 152, runway 32 vacated via Sierra 2. 152, good afternoon, Warszawa, welcome to, correction, good afternoon, welcome to...
Let's hope the replay works.
Continue via Zulu, right, Mike, stand number
2.
Taxi, stand 34 via Zulu on Romeo, Alpine 152.
Getting a bit hot. Can't teach it. You can't teach it. Oh no, actually you can. Oops, spoke too soon. Right, parking brake is set. 2 blues, 1 red, engines are dead. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Warsaw Chopin from MOGF. Brilliant. Absolutely chucking it down. I wonder if ZIBO does offloading. Engine 1 and 2, N2 is now below 20%. Anti-cushion light can come off. You can then read the transit shutdown checklist. Oh! Thanks, ZIBO. Let's have a look at the landing. Oh, yeah! 10 stars out of 10. Not good if you're playing Grand Theft Auto, but the best you can get in the mod. I forgot about this. Approach and landing excellence. I mean, come on. You can't teach it. Now, can you end it? I don't know if you can offload. I think I've literally just... No, everyone's on here. Yeah, I think there's not an ability to sort of offload. I'll have to hopefully have that in the future there. Yes, we'll leave it on that page whilst we do the giveaways as well. Fantastic! What a MOGF this was. And there we are, the passengers offloading. Really busy, isn't it? They did a great job. But look at this, they're sequencing it well. There's an Air France/Alpaca Airways A350 there. Look, 4 at the whole point. They're just getting everyone away and everyone landing. Oh, there's David! David's just landed in the 340. In the big boy. He flew that very aircraft from Orlando to Heathrow 2 weeks ago. Was it 2 weeks ago today? Yeah. Fantastic. Oh, we've got another Alpaca 340 just spawned on stand. The aircraft pointing all sorts of different directions. The A340s had to use all the runway there. Look at the spacing here though. Superb work by ATC. These guys are good. Oh, very funny, Domino Messina. Absolutely not. Now we are. There's David who's just landed. We'll listen out for him on ground. And let's run the giveaway. So busy here. Great choice though. Well done, guys, for this one. Yeah, that 340 is... Oh, sorry, 2 tons. I wasn't sure what aircraft you took. I thought David was telling me he was in the A340 and he was coming in around the same time. My apologies. I'll listen to your tones on ground very shortly. Right, anyway, let me get the giveaway set up here in the background, the list randomizer. I wonder if David757 is going to win it. He's won about 3 of these MOGF giveaways in the last sort of few months. Right, let me share the screen so I can show you it's not rigged. So there we are. That's done. That's chucking it down in the sim, isn't it? I think X-Plane likes just to rain all the time. I swear, whenever it's cloudy, it rains. Right, Chrome, where are you? I'm trying to be a pro streamer here. So Chrome, giveaway list. No, that's the list. I want the list randomizer. Right, you guys should now be able to see. There we are. You can now see the list randomizer site. Let me just copy and paste this in here. So there we go. You can see the list of everyone that's taken part in the group flights, and what we'll do is just set up my sound bank here so I can do the usual giveaway sounds for the winner. So as I said, everyone that's taken part is entered here. I will just roll it twice, and we always do 2 moving forward as well. So there is the list unrigged of everyone that participated in the group flight. So let's roll the first one here. In fact, I can't even see the roll it button. I need to scroll down. So the first winner is unbelievable. What is going on? It's the 4th time David has won. What is wrong with him? I literally even said it at the start. Well, look, it is ridiculous. I don't know what to say. It's the 4th time he's won something here. I've got no words. David, well done. I mean, I'm just gonna copy and paste this every other day. And he always takes part in them as well. Well done, David. Let's roll it again. So again, the second winner is Edo. Well done, Edo. You have won. It's unrigged. I swear to you. It should be completely random. Oh, there we go. Well, I have won 3 times as well. I remember when I've rolled it and I've come up at the top a few times there. There we are. It's all ran. Well done, Edo, and welcome. Well done, David757. Maybe I need a new rigged website. So, Edo, you've won one before as well in the past. So there you are. Just to show you, look again. It's now Swifty again. It's now Liam again. So it is random. Malk's won one I think in the past as well. So there we are. Well done, David and Edo. Congratulations for winning the giveaways. And oh, look at this. Oh, so busy here. Look at that. Oh, bang on 2 hours as well for the live stream. Superb. So that timing's worked out well because I did say I'd be done at around 1 o'clock to my other half. We're going to go for a walk. But thank you as ever to everyone that takes part in these group flights. Although I had very little organised to do this one with the ATC because it was an existing event. But gosh, we snuck in here really nicely. And thanks for all the great ATC from all the controllers here in Poland and in Czechia and Latvia earlier for the departures. That really helped, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Right, let's see if the replay works whilst we listen to this hotel lobby music. So I'll turn that down. We've not had much luck here with replays recently, so let me just log off the VACC network there and cue the funky replay music, see how it works. Now, it certainly worked when I did a short flight in the mod earlier to sort of test it. Someone said to me when I did it in the flight factor, it just doesn't work, it freezes instantly, so let's try it. I think the mod, it just sort of works. Yeah, so it must be a lot to do with the aircraft add-ons, so this is looking very good so far, yes. Finally a replay in X-Plane. Just put it back slightly. Just realised flight line was still on. I'll just turn down the music slightly. Sounds and appearance is so good. Display threshold, look. It's haven't touched down yet. It's actually slopes as well. Oh, that was actually nice. It's following the ortho slope really nicely. X-Plane's working so nicely now. It's been a bit slow to get here, but the lighting's better. It looks great. The aircraft are handling nicely. Yeah, we'll take that. It's a little bit of a float. Just flared a tiny bit too high. What happened? 2 tons. 2 tons. Congrats, hello. Only 11 hours, 15 minutes to return. Oh no, I see you return. You're doing a return sector. You've got to be sleeping whilst you're doing that, though, surely. Yeah, fair. There's just a tad too high, but it's settled really nicely on the gear. Fantastic. I mean, nice to enjoy everything. Let's have a look for the tower view. Thanks for making the poppy livery as well there, David. Appreciate that. Nice. Tutor's been up since 2 AM, got 5 hours of sleep, so going to press on and have studies to get on with whilst flying home. My goodness, man. You're crazy. Great sounds. Even from here, very immersive. Cheers, Dave. 42 months as a member, an incredible amount of time as well. Don't forget there are Easter eggs in the cabin. Ah. What? I'll quickly have a look because I do need to shoot off. Oh, I did see. Yes, I did see that actually. You got some nice reefs there for Remembrance Sunday. Very, very nice. What are the others? I'll have to look at another time. I'll have to look at another time, David. We should have done that the cruise, but thank you very much for your efforts. Appreciated. Right then, let's pop you on the approach so you can enjoy. Let's do from this view. Excellent. So, once again, thank you all for your continued support, not only as members, but for taking part in the members-only group flight. We have so many people that do it every single month, so it's always really nice for me to see. I haven't missed one yet, but that was the 47th members-only group flight, overloading Warsaw. Great suggestion, very happy to have visited Poland for this one. As I said, put in your diaries 16th of December for the Christmas MOGF. As I said, we'll make it a slightly special one, do either 2 sectors or some sort of other sort of event, maybe a different view here. Christ, I'm sorry about the view here. It's sort of frosted glass. Oh, God. Why is it not streaming really nicely? Oh, dear. I'll have to do with that one. But yeah, thank you very much as ever for everyone that takes part, for your support as members and for taking part in the members-only group flight. I'll pop this on the public stream afterwards as well. And yes, suggestions for the 16th of December MOGF will be appreciated too. I'll put that in the events section. Expect a Discord stage event within the next week or two as well. I'll think about something we can do there because those have been very popular as well. And as ever, thank you for your continued support. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. It's Saturday today, so you've got a whole day off as well, for those of you who are working at least. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye bye for now.